As someone who makes random science videos, I hear my own voice a lot when editing. But why does it sound like that? Whenever we hear recordings, why do we sound so different from what we hear when we talk? Almost everyone cringes at the sound of their own voices. So in this video, we will explore how our voice travels through the air, how we make sounds in the first place, why we hear them so differently in our head, and why we might cringe when we hear our own voices. When we hear sound, we're just detecting the vibration of air molecules. When a sound is made, say a pot smashing apart, the air molecules around it vibrate. Those air molecules then make the air molecules around them vibrate as well, causing a chain reaction of vibrations. This is what a sound wave is. When the sound wave reaches our ears, a structure called the cochlea senses those vibrations. We have sensitive hair cells inside the cochlea that respond to vibrations, which then convert this physical motion into an electrical signal to send to our brain through the auditory nerve. Lastly, our brain will deduce that this specific vibration of air corresponds to a pot being smashed. So surprisingly, a simple solution to detect so many different sounds around us. So what happens when we talk? As air rushes out of our lungs to the larynx, or the voice box, it passes through folded bands of muscles called vocal cords. Those folds vibrate the air, giving them sound. With the combination of our tongue and lips, we are able to make recognizable sounds, which we register as speech. And of course, the moment those vibrating air molecules leave our mouth, they will travel to the cochlea of the people around us for them to hear what we said. Interestingly, when the vocal cords vibrate the air, some vibrations also travel through our temporal bone directly to our cochlea. This bone-transmitted vibration will also vibrate the hair cells, which becomes the voice that we hear rather than the air-transmitted vibration that other people hear. So why does the bone vibration sound so different then? Turns out that when sound travels through our bones, the pitch becomes lower as the vibrations spread out more. So by the time we hear our own voice, it is a combination of air vibrations and the bass-boosted bone vibrations. When we listen to our own voice through the recording, we are just listening to it through the air vibrations alone, which will sound higher pitched. The reason why we don't like hearing our voice most likely boils down to how different it is. We are used to our own voices our whole lives, but when we hear how different it actually sounds, we feel uncomfortable. There is also a disconnect between how we perceive ourselves versus how everyone else perceives us. Because we were evolved to fit in, this slight difference might make us feel isolated, since this isn't who we expected to be, or what we expected ourselves to sound like. And there we have it. Sound travels through the air via a chain reaction of air molecule vibrations, which eventually hits the cochlea inside our ears for us to understand what the sound is. As we pass air through our vocal cords, vibrations are also sent through our bones to our ears. Those lower pitched vibrations end up making us feel disconnected to what we actually sound like. Luckily, this feeling of cringe is something that we can get used to after hearing our actual voices over and over again. We just need to give our brain some time to catch up to reality. I hope that y'all have learned something interesting today. Thank you for your time, and stay hydrated.